Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to show you 10 van life necessities, essential items that we really could not imagine not have with us while living on the road in a van.
And at the end, we're going to do a bonus section, and we're going to be talking about the 3 items you need to have in your van to be living with dogs.
Those 10 months we spent on the road have really showed us that you can't fit a lot of things in this van, and when you know what you need, it's like, it's gold.
Yeah.
That item becomes worthless. It's no, not worthless. Like the opposite of worthless. Worthless.
It's priceless.
Priceless. We are Zach and MP, traveling with Jasper and Sydney, our 2 dogs, aboard Roadie, our self-converted ProMaster van. After purchasing our van only a few weeks before the pandemic, we spent the better part of that summer converting it into our beautiful full-time home. Every 2 weeks, we will share with you what we learned while being Vanlifers in hope to inspire you and others to try this amazing lifestyle.
If there's anything we learned, is that it is possible to have 2 humans working full-time with 2 dogs in our 86 square foot home, and we will share with you how we got there. Two weeks ago, the day that we launched our first video, we had a small mishap. Something you may notice the repercussions of it in the video right now. Babe, what'd you do?
I broke my wrist. I fell off a, pretty high cliff mountain biking, and yeah, broke my wrist, my left, so lucky it could have been my right. 4 more weeks of recovery, but the channel will keep going, and we will keep sharing with you all of our discoveries and what we learn and experience from living in a van. We're going to show you the 10 essentials or items that we really could not imagine not have in the van. And we just wanted to let you guys know that we are not sponsored by any of these companies, any of these items. These are things that we personally chose to buy, and we made our own opinion, and we are choosing to share with you our honest opinion of the ones we really like.
Yeah.
With that, let's start showing you those items.
Let's do it.
We really could not imagine not having this Jackery or these portable small battery banks that can actually charge a computer. We actually use these for different reasons. So in the winter, we actually don't get as much sun as right now in the middle of the summer. So it does happen that our batteries cannot support both our computers if we're working a full day and charging and using a lot of software that use a lot of power. So this baby saved our butt a few times. We try to keep it charged in the winter. In the summer, we have a lot of power because of the sun. So we actually use this more as our further from the van power station. So sometimes we go to a nice spot, if there's a table or near a river, we just want to work, with a nice view. This becomes our power station. So very handy thing. I can definitely not imagine not having that in a van.
No. And there is 2 different types. Like we have this little guy that's kind of just like a big phone charger, and this one does charge a laptop, but it is basically just like a little battery bank that a lot of people have for their phone. Yeah, so when we were building the van, a lot of our friends asked us, are you gonna like wire in a speaker system and have permanent speakers in the van? And we thought about it, but pretty quickly we realized that it's kind of silly. Come on, like, it's 2021.
We have this Marley get-together Bluetooth speaker. It's a little overkill because when I ordered it online, I didn't actually realize I was ordering the biggest side it comes in. I thought I was ordering the small one. They look very much the same, but they are a different size. This one charges from 120 volt, which works for us because we have a lot of power. But if you were concerned with power and you don't want to waste your power charging speakers, the smaller version actually is USB powered. So that might be probably a little bit more accurate for the van. But at the same time, we have this one and we absolutely love it. It's heavy enough that it doesn't move around, and it has a little rubber feet at the bottom, which actually we've never had it flying.
No. So far so good.
Very important, I think, in a van. Mini broom. Yeah, that one's pretty self-explanatory. A broom actually keeps the place clean or removes dust and sand and all that. This is really small, but the reality is in a small space, you actually don't need a big broom. If we were to have a big broom, chances are we couldn't really get into all the corners and cracks. So this is really handy. And because it's so small, we can actually store it in all kind of places wherever it's convenient. I don't know what those are actually for. I think they're for like counters. I think they're meant to clean like counters or like coffee grinds or whatever. But yeah, we absolutely love it. And I think everyone needs one for sure.
Yeah.
Probably everyone already has one. So, yeah.
What? So, we got an MP net for our number 4.
No, this is actually a mosquito net or bug net.
Bug screen.
Bug screen. Bug screen. Very important if you're going to live in it or if you're planning on going in places where there's going to be bugs, which is probably anywhere. This is actually a patio screen, like a patio thing for a patio door. This is almost a patio door size, but it's a little bit smaller in both directions. So we cut that one ourselves and adjust it, and we put like a webbing at the bottom to clean finish it. But I've seen people that do duct tape. I've seen people that do all whatever their hands can allow them to do. Comes with Velcro. So there's Velcro already on it, and then there's Velcro that you stick onto your door here. So you just stick it on, and it's an easy fix. And honestly, and it is a magnetic closure, so you can just go through, and it closes behind you most of the time. Sometimes because this is metal, it does get to the metal, but it will stay closed once it's closed, which is what we want. We have an oil diffuser. In other words, something to make our van smell good.
Well, okay. So the reason why it's so important for us is a little bit of a backstory. MP did grow up traveling in an RV with her parents. And when we got the van, one of the first things she said to me was, our van can't smell like RV. I don't know what RV smells like. Apparently it's bad.
I don't know. There was a smell when I grew up in that RV that I really disliked. And I think it's related to the chemicals you put in like the toilet or things like that. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, I don't want that. So make sure the van smells good at all time. I think most people would agree that that's usually one of their goals. And this, you can put whatever oil you're wanting to put in, like whatever smell you want, and mix it with water. This is USB powered, so you just plug in the USB here, plug it in. We have a few different outlets in the van, and it just runs until there's no more water, and then it turns itself off. So very handy.
Thermostats.
Thermostats, 2 kinds. We're talking about 2 different.
Yeah, both are equally important for us. So MP has one there. Yeah,
so this one here is very inexpensive. I think it was about $16. And it's pretty basic. I think we got this at Canadian Tire. You could probably get it anywhere, any hardware or convenience store even. It comes with a second part that has batteries, and you're just supposed to put it outside. So this tells you the inside and outside temperature. We put it in the garage, so where water is. So in the winter, it's actually a really great way to keep an eye on the water not freezing. So, or at least knowing when it's getting too cold below our bed. So the water doesn't freeze. And in the summer, it just helps us get an idea, actually all year round, it gives us an idea of how hot it's getting.
Yeah, so when we first got the van, we didn't know how hot it was going to get in there. This little tin box, we had no idea. And we do have dogs now. And we got this little guy, it's a little Bluetooth one that connects to an app on your phone. And you can put it anywhere. You can have multiple of these all around the van that connects to the same app. And it records like a history, like a little line graph, and you can see how hot and cold it's been getting. It also gives you humidity, which is quite nice to know, especially in the winter when you're trying to fight humidity in the van, that if you start seeing it go up, we know we have to turn that diesel heater up, get the fan going, and
no, and it's great if you're starting van life. Like, we don't use it as much anymore, but at first, just to get an idea of how the van works and what is like a life cycle of a day in a van. So yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Pots. Well,
Pots that have no handles.
no fixed handles.
No fixed handles. These are actually camp pots. They're from GSI Outdoors. We didn't actually start with them in the van. We used to have regular pots and pans, and with the big handle, real fancy. And turns out they were pretty hard to store, very hard to wash because we have a small sink, and just awkward in general. So we pulled out our camping pots that we had fresh from camping, and we've been using them since then. Probably now about 6 months. They're holding up really great. They're really light, and in this there's three. So we have a pan. We have another lid because there is another size pot as well. So this is the one we use the most with the pan, and you may wonder how the heck do you hold them. And they come with a little handle that flicks open, and you slide it in.
Just like that.
It's gonna be hard.
There you go.
And then it just stays on. You can't leave the handle on when you cook because it gets really hot, but it actually is pretty nice because sometimes I don't even use the handle.
It's true.
And then to wash them, they're just like regular plates almost. So very useful thing. I'm not saying this is the best one. It's the concept of having a pot that doesn't have a handle or an exchangeable handle, I think is what we would definitely recommend.
Okay.
So yeah. Winter coverings. Yeah, these are very important, I would say. This is what we put in our windows to fully black out the windows. Also, keep the van warm in the winter and cool in summer if we're not in there and we're closing all the windows. It does actually create a thermo barrier.
Yeah, reflects it.
These are handmade, so I've actually made these, but they are not very complicated to make. There's a layer of reflectix, which is it's like the bubble wrap looking metal.
Yeah, you get it in your hardware store.
It's sold so many places. Yeah. Chances are you might have used part of it in your van. And I had some leftover like polar fleece, so put that as another layer, and fabric to make it look good.
Yep.
Black fabric on the back, because if you're wanting the van to look like you're not in there, so if you want to black out your windows, if you're in a spot where you're like, I'm not sure I can be here and I just want to
stealth mode,
it looks like you're not in there. It will literally block the light coming from the inside. So great for privacy, great for insulation, and also if you like to sleep in a fully dark van, that would also do it. We recommend, or if you don't know, command hooks.
Yeah.
Apparently the brand's actually called Command brand.
There you go.
But they make all sorts of tiny, big, fancy type of hook that don't actually require you to drill in the wall. So it's just basically adhesive, like strong adhesive. And we use that to put up our twinkle lights, to put our frame. Well, our frames actually use a slightly different product from them.
Like a Velcro.
That looks kind of like Velcro. We use them for all kinds of things. We even like have hooks on the door for drying stuff. Yeah. Those hooks here over there are from Command Hook. So basically, I would say get a pretty like basic collection, and then you may grow your collection of their product. Swedish cloth. You've probably seen those, heard of those, used them. They're like they're called Swedish cloth, but they're basically a cloth or like a sponge that dries really hard, like almost like paper or cardboard. Yeah. But when it gets wet, Zach has one that's wet, it's just like fully normal, like a totally normal cloth. So we love having those in the van. We have usually multiple because, believe it or not, water will spill, accident will happen, dog bowl will spill over, and you want something that's going to like absorb right away and be reusable. So we don't use paper towels.
No.
we've never had a paper towel roll in a van, so we've been relying on these.
Deep
I think
cleans.
one of them is good for like
40 rolls.
four rolls. I think four, like full rolls.
40 rolls of paper towel.
Okay, 40, whatever.
40 rolls. So
40 rolls of paper is worth one of those, and I actually kind of believe it because
Yeah.
some of the ones we have are pretty old. These are brand new, but yeah, Swedish Cot. If you don't already know that they exist, go get some.
all right, so this is the doggy segment where we were promising that we're going to share 3 of our necessities that we need in the van to live with dogs.
Yeah. To be fair, these are not the dog's favorite items.
No.
These are our. Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.
These are our favorite items to have if you have to deal with a dog in a van or multiple dogs. A vacuum. Electric vacuum, to be more precise.
Or cordless.
Or cordless, yeah. Yeah, we didn't have one for the longest time, and we just accepted to live with dog hair. And then we got one. Yeah, we gave up.
We gave up.
With the hair and decided to get a vacuum, and honestly, I was like, what? This is new. The van's always clean now, or close
Cleaner.
to. And this vacuum comes with like an amazing brush that cleans
It's
carpets
a
and
whipper.
all that. Again, I'm sure there's other brands, but if you do get a vacuum, I would 100% recommend one that is cordless, because I've seen people that have cheap corded electric vacuum, but they actually sometimes can't use them because they don't
just
have
sucks
enough
so much
power. So make sure you can charge yours so it's always ready to go.
This one gets about 20 minutes, I think.
20 minutes, I
so
think,
it's
yeah.
pretty good. The second thing we want to share is probably the most important thing, and it's this dog bowl. It's not just any dog bowl, it's a Jasper-proof dog bowl.
Yeah.
Actually, what that means...
No, it's an unspilled dog bowl. So basically, there's a little floating part. There's water in it right now, so I can't. There's a part that floats, and actually the water just like stays in the top, so it doesn't allow for big waves to form. So we actually leave water in there when we're driving, and it's never spilled. It has little grippy feet too. So this is the dog bowl that just lives in a van, and we just make sure it's full, and we're never worrying about it spilling.
No.
I think it's more of a hack. We had this nomadic picnic blanket or festival blanket, and it's just like almost something that feels like a towel, and then the other side has like something kind of water resistant-ish. We like it because it's really big, and if the dogs go play in the river or in the park and they're kind of dusty or sandy or just wet, we lay this on the bed or on the couch, and they just prevent the furniture and all their sheets getting all dusty and us having to deal with that later. So this is basically just like a layer of protection. So we keep this handy, and we actually, in the summer, we use that thing almost every day if we take the dogs out somewhere dirty. So yeah, I would say it doesn't need to be this, but if you do have a dog, you'll want a dedicated protector.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed our video today on the necessities of van life, or the 10 essential items that you need in your van to be more comfortable.
So these are things we choose. Now we don't know everything, so I'm sure there's other things out there. We would love to hear what are your favorites, or if you agree with us, or if you disagree with us. Whatever you just feel like saying, and even if it's not related, honestly, we'll still read it. Feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. We will be posting our videos every 2 weeks on Sundays, so stay posted. We will share general things. I don't even know if we know what the next one is. We'll just share something we want to share with you.
If you have an idea, let us know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and let us know what you actually would like us to talk about.
Yeah.
We would love that.
All right, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye!